Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel. In the last video, I installed OpenSUSE Tumbleweed onto a portable hard drive and had booted that up to all of my machines, all the different brand machines that I had, manufacturer names, and it worked flawlessly. And right now, I've plugged it into the MT7010, another Dell, and that's what we're going to be looking at here. Now, what I did was in the previous video, I installed OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, and Tumbleweed is a rolling release, and that would work fine if I was going to use this hard drive, or external hard drive, on a daily basis. And if you're going to use it on a daily basis and update, that's Tumbleweed's probably your thing. But in a case for a portable drive, it might be a week, it could be 3 weeks before I have a need for it, or just see it and decide to open it up and do an update. And so in that case, I think that for a portable drive or a portable system, probably going to be better off with a more stable, like more stable release like OpenSUSE Leap, which does not update every single day like Tumbleweed does or could. So let's go over to my desktop here and bring up their web pages. Now these will be included. All these bookmarks are included in when you get the installation done and you open up Firefox. All these will be in your bookmark menus here. So the home page is where you'd get your download. You could read a little bit about some of their tools. And let's see, the next one there is documentation, which is great. This is an awesome little site right here. 15.4 OpenSUSE Leap. I can download the release notes as the HTML. Start guide has all these options, PDFs included. All kind of just really good information and helpful information. Here's also they provide a GTK hash software that will help you verify download, and I think it'll actually create hash functions as well. I think, I'm not sure. Usually I just follow the instructions on the website. But anyway, OpenSUSE Asia Summit in 2023, call for papers. It must still be in the future. How to participate portal gives you all kind of information here on how to participate. You could translate, donate money, donate your time, even experiment using and trying different things for them. OpenSUSE forums right here readily available. Let's see, 31 minutes ago was the last response. So, I mean, it's active. 18 minutes ago, hour. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty active. And then we have Welcome to the Planet OpenSUSE, which is worldwide deal here. This is a feed aggregator that collects what the contributors to the OpenSUSE project are writing on their respective blogs. Pretty nice. Yep, really nice. I'm going to close that out. Let me go to my menu here, bring up system monitor just to see what we're doing. Now we are running OBS Studio, and I just had Firefox open and close that out, so expect it to be just a little higher. Okay, so this machine has 32 gigs of RAM, and it's using 2 gigs of that RAM. And it uses ZRAM, and in the installation, again, I only allowed 2 gigabytes of swap space. So what you're seeing here is the ZRAM, which is utilizing 100%, matching the RAM, plus the 2 gigs that was given to it during the install. This is the hard drive. It's 111. It's actually, it says it's 120 gig. Anyway, I've only used 14.1 gigabytes of that, and I've got a lot of things installed and going to install more if I'm not mistaken. Let me bring up a terminal a little bit here. Let's run a NeoFetch. Everybody seems to like to run a NeoFetch. So this is OpenSUSE Leap 15.5. It's on the Dell Optiplex 7010. Now it's portable. I can just open the tray up, pull that hard drive out, plug it back into a USB, and boot right up to it. And I yet to have a problem with it. Like I said, I checked it on a Toshiba, a HP, Dell, and the ASUS laptop. All of those boot right up, and so that's pretty nice. It is definitely portable. Let's see what the OS release says here. It is version 15.5 Leap, OpenSUSE. Okay, nice. Let's look at my menu. You'll see the amount of programs that I have installed or software. In my favorites, I have FeatherPad, GNOME Disk. Did not come in by default. GNOME Disk I installed. Lunar was installed by default. OBS Studio is a flat pack. A lot of these are flat pack. Kdenlive, Audacity, Krita. This is GUVC View, Simple Screen Recorder, the YAS software and the YAS Manager system, System Monitor, and even installed VirtualBox. And it works great. This is version 7.0.8 and have go to the wrong spot there. Oh, I know. See, we got both. It installed the VNC all by itself, and I have found recently with VirtualBox that they're installing these things already, where you used to have to do them by a manual intervention. Also, it I have noticed as well, several of the distributions actually, when you install VirtualBox, it goes ahead and puts the user in the VirtualBox user group, which I think is awesome. All right, so back into my menu here. That's my favorites. I got VirtualBox. Got accessories here. Let's see anything. Impression. This is a GNOME ISO writer. That's a flat pack. Let me bring up a terminal. I should have done this. See all the flat packs that I have installed here. Actually, let me clear that screen, drag it out a little bit here, and do that again. So we got OBS Studio, Impression, that image writer, Audacity, Fedora Media Writer, Open 264 that came in with another as a dependency, Kdenlive, as well as KPatient. Had the same problem here with KPatient. There was no setting where you could change the appearance, but as a flat pack, works fabulous. So let me bring up my script here. There's not much in it right now. I installed this Leap on this hard drive on June the 27th. So today's the 29th. Today will be the second day. And I'm just tweaking it out now. Right now it says we're using 1.9 gigs of memory. We're using X11 instead of Wayland. The swappiness, I have not changed it. I don't think I need to because it is going to be a portable drive. So I want it to use memory and ZRAM as much as possible. Is this disk a SSD or a HD? It's got a 0 readout, meaning it's a SSD, and it's the 111 gigabyte hard drive. Okay. The only thing it doesn't say there is name, although we've seen that Linux localhost 5.14.21, and the tumbleweed kernel I believe is 6 point something. I know it's 6 point something. And here you can see this is only the 5.14 default. So it's not a rolling release and will not update as regularly as Tumbleweed will. It will apply patches. I have found that out. YAS. Again, this is the YAS Manager Control Center. Do all kind of stuff in here. It's very well laid out and very well thought. It's even got a search. If you look through here, let's see. I'll look for user. Won't see, I don't think you'll see user. Won't. But if you go up here to the search and type in user, it should come up with users and group management. So that's hidden down in inside of one of those other folders. And this is where you could actually control, what groups you're in, your username, your password, I believe. You could actually see, not configured on SSD, default new user, groups, users. What the heck happened? Yes, really abort. Don't change any. My scroll wheel changed the setting there. I wasn't sure what the default one was. All right, just open users. Default group is users. Home and bash. So yeah, pretty nice. I think let's see, expert option, password encryption. Yeah, login settings can change whether you automatically log in or put it where you automatically log in or take that away if it's already enabled. For instance, on my laptop that I use on a regular basis, I have that set up where it'll just boots up when I tell it to. But I do know this, that if I ever going to take it out of the house, I come right here and disable all that function. So you will have to log in, or a person will have to log in. Some protection. That's pretty neat. And then you still got the Yes software right here. And with Leap, we get an update manager. And about package updater indicator. And I'm not sure if I installed this by running through some installation of some sort, but it's there. Oops. Should not be on never. Should be on probably every day, but I'm gonna make it weekly. That way, it's a week before I plug it back in. Add all that stuff again. So I guess that's gonna do it for. Oh no, let me go back here. Let me share something with you. So what's happened was my dad's getting some medical care here and there, and people coming in and out and helping him do this or what have you. And through that, I met a guy. I asked him that he saw me in here working on my stuff one day and asked me about. He mentioned that I had a lot of computers, and I said, "Well, I do, but every one of them's got a different operating system on it." And that's kind of what led the conversation into asking him had he heard of Linux. And his reply was that he had heard of it, but he's never used it or seen it. And I said, well, every computer in here's got Linux on it. And he was basically intrigued by it a little bit. So I gave him a USB, 8 gigabyte USB with Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition burned on it, and I showed him how to boot up to it so he can just kind of look around. And I told him make sure you don't install it because he is on a Windows machine, and if you don't know what you're doing, you'll wipe out your Windows partition. But I nowadays, I say I go against the dual booting on the same drive. If you've got two separate drives and dual boot, that's a totally different situation. Plugging in a USB drive and installing to that USB drive is a totally different situation. If in this case, if I plug this into a Windows machine and boot up to it, no matter what Windows has done, no matter what updates they've provided or patches or blocks or spywares included in there, will have nothing to do with the system that I boot up with on the USB drive. And to me, that's the beautiful thing of it. You can carry this around with you no matter where you go. If you've got access to a computer, you can boot into your system, not the host machine's system, with no effect on the host machine whatsoever. So anyway, what I did, I took a little hard drive enclosure and I stuck a 325 gig old laptop hard drive in it. Actually, it's a 325 gig brand new hard drive that I caught on sale for like $12, probably a year and a half ago or so now, from not Circuit City, was it Best Buy? And I did it online. So I got it's not much of a of a hard drive that I would use because SSDs now or anything, but for this purpose, it's great. So I went ahead and installed Linux Mint on this, and when I get it set up, I've already got an hour or two set up in it of setting up software, programs, whatever he might need, what I think he might need. And when I get through, I'm going to give this to him and let him plug it in and use it to his heart's desire. And if he decides on his own that he likes Linux Mint, or maybe not quite like it, but wants to experiment with another distribution, then he'll have that option, and he'll know before he wipes out his Windows machine that he'll know if he likes Linux or not. And that's my recommendation. Don't just throw it on there and wipe out Windows. Use it externally if you have to. Pull your hard drive out, stick another one in, whatever it takes. Because you may not like Linux. A lot of people that probably don't like Linux. Most of all, people just haven't heard of Linux. And if they have, it was just in a brief thing, and they're thinking, I don't even use a computer no more. Anyway, that's what's going on. And when I get this finished, which I'll have that finished today, I'll do a really short video on the setup on it and what I actually did to get it set up. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this video. I've talked a lot, too much, I'm sure. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Peace out. Bye.